The human mind is a fascinating, fragile creature of habit. For 20 years, 30 years, you train it to react to the noise. You train your ears to sleep lightly, to wake at the very slightest creak of the wooden floorboards, to listen carefully for the sound of a small cough in the dark, to recognize the exact emotional meaning of a door closing too hard. Your brain becomes a highly tuned radar for chaos, a silent guardian of the noise. And then, one day, the noise simply stops. I open my eyes today, and the morning light is falling softly across the bed. I lie here in the stillness. I listen. I wait. I hold my breath and wait for the familiar sound of heavy, rushed footsteps running down the hall. I wait for the sudden, loud argument over who gets to use the bathroom first. I wait for the beautiful, uncontrollable, chaotic music of a family waking up. But the house does not sing anymore. The house is perfectly, profoundly, heavily still. It is a strange and terrifying realization. There was an exact day, an exact, completely ordinary Tuesday or Thursday, when the last door slammed with the rush of youth. When the last loud laugh echoed against these painted walls. When the last heavy backpack was dropped carelessly on the floor. We didn't know it was the last time. The last time never announces itself. It never warns you. It never asks for permission. It just happens. And suddenly, you wake up in a house that feels far too big. A house that has forgotten how to be loud. I slowly rise from the bed. The sheets are smooth. The room is perfectly organized. I walk out of the bedroom, and my woolen slippers make no echo. The hallway is long, narrow, and bathed in the pale, quiet morning sun. Everything is in perfect order. The floorboards are swept entirely clean. There are no stray shoes to trip over in the dark. No forgotten plastic toys hiding in the corners, waiting to be stepped on. No jackets thrown hastily over the banister. The air smells faintly of lemon polish, clean cotton, and old wood. Clean, impeccable, empty. I stop by the wooden frame of the kitchen door. I run my trembling fingers over the edge. The wood is scratched here. Faded pencil marks climb up the white paint. A beautiful, messy, uneven ladder of numbers and names. Age 5, age 7, age 12, age 16. I trace the highest mark with my thumb. The ink is fading, but the memory is carved forever into the bones of this house. I walk into the living room. The sunbeams cut through the glass, landing perfectly on the sofa. The cushions are immaculate, untouched, smooth. They sit exactly where I placed them yesterday, and the day before that, and the day before that. The dust motes dance in the golden light, rising and falling in the absolute silence. The old grandfather clock in the corner ticks, tick, tock. It is the only voice left in the room, the slow, steady rhythm of a quiet life. I walk into the kitchen and put the kettle on the stove. The water boils. The steam rises. I pour 1 cup of tea, just one. The spoon clinks against the ceramic, a sharp, lonely sound. This is a house that has stopped moving, frozen in a beautiful, silent photograph. Everything is perfectly in its place, and it breaks my heart. I hold my warm cup of tea and walk slowly toward the end of the hall. I stop. I turn the brass handle. I open the door. It is just a guest room now. That is what we call it when people ask. The guest room. The bed is perfectly made. The quilt is smoothed out. The wooden desk is clear of papers. The closet is closed. But I don't see a guest room. I refuse to see a guest room. I see a universe that used to spin wildly out of control. I close my eyes and the memories rush in like a heavy summer storm. I remember the posters covering every single inch of that wall. I remember the mountain of clothes piled high on that wooden chair. I remember the loud music thumping through the floorboards, making the windows vibrate. I remember the late-night whispers, the teenage tears, the slammed doors, the sudden bursts of laughter that filled the house with life. I remember the muddy footprints on the freshly washed floor. I remember the exhausting, relentless, beautiful chaos of raising human beings. The frantic rushing to school, the burnt toast, the endless, never-ending piles of laundry, the absolute lack of sleep. I remember standing right there in the middle of the kitchen, exhausted to my very bones, tired, so incredibly tired. I remember closing my heavy eyes and praying, just give me 5 minutes. Just give me 5 minutes of silence. Just 5 minutes of peace. The universe has a cruel, ironic sense of humor. It listened to my exhausted prayer. It gave me the silence I begged for. It gave me all the peace in the world. And now, the peace is deafening. Now, the silence is so heavy, I can barely breathe under it. Now, I would give anything, absolutely anything in this world, for just 5 more minutes of the noise. For one more morning of spilled cereal and hurried goodbyes. For one more wet towel left on the bathroom floor. But the house is paused. It stands here like an old museum, keeping guard over memories, waiting for children who are never coming back to live here. Because they are out there in the loud, rushing, demanding world, fighting their own battles, paying their own bills, making their own mistakes, building their own lives, leaving me here in the quiet with my perfect cushions, my clean floors, and my silent clocks. I sit slowly on the edge of the perfectly made bed. I look at the sunlight warming the empty floor. A tear falls, warm and quiet, against my hand. But slowly, as the golden hour light fills the room, the heavy weight in my chest begins to shift. The quiet room doesn't feel so incredibly cold anymore. Maybe this silence is not an abandonment. Maybe these empty, spotless rooms are not a tragedy. We spend our entire youth looking at birds in the sky. We watch them build their nests, twig by twig, leaf by leaf, feather by feather. They work until they are exhausted, flying back and forth, building a safe, warm place high up in the trees. But they do not build the nest so the little ones can stay there forever. They build the nest so the little ones can grow strong enough to leave it. I look at the faded pencil marks on the door frame again. I look at the quiet walls that protected us from the storms outside. This silence is not a punishment. This silence is a trophy, an invisible, beautiful, golden monument to a job well done. The house is empty because the wings we helped build were strong enough to fly. They left to build their own loud, chaotic, beautiful homes because they were raised well. They had the courage to step into the terrifying world because we gave them a safe place to start. If we had failed, they would still be here, hiding in these rooms, afraid of the sky. But they are not afraid. I didn't lose them. I completed the most important mission of my entire life. I loved them enough to give them roots, and I loved them enough to give them wings. The silence in these hallways is simply the sound of success. It is the sound of a promise kept. It is the sound of unconditional love fulfilling its ultimate purpose. I stand up and smooth the blanket one last time. I leave the door open just a little bit, letting the warm afternoon light spill out into the hall. I walk back to the living room and sit in my favorite chair right in the quiet sun. The tea is still warm. The clock is still ticking. And for the first time in a very long time, the silence feels like a friend. If you are listening to this right now, if you are sitting in a perfectly clean house, missing the mess, if you are looking at an empty bedroom, wishing you could hear their voice just one more time, if your heart aches for the days when the laundry basket was always full and the house was never quiet, do not mourn the quiet hallways. Do not let the silence make you feel useless or alone. Bless these empty rooms. Bless them for having been so incredibly full of life. Bless the walls that held your beautiful, noisy chaos. You did your job, and you did it beautifully. You built the wings. You taught them how the wind works. And now they are flying. The house can finally rest, and so can you. Take a deep breath. Enjoy the quiet afternoon. Drink your tea while it is still warm. The nest is empty, yes, but the sky is so incredibly full. The noise is gone, but the love echoes forever. It echoes, it stays forever.